Hello and welcome. I hope you are doing well, and if you're in the UK, I hope you had a lovely bonfire night on Saturday. My name is Gabby, and today we're going to be talking about the case of Ryan Poston and the rather unhinged Shayna Hubers. On the 12th of October 2012, a 911 call was made from a condo in Highland Heights, Kentucky. The caller was Shayna Hubers, and she claimed that she had just shot her on-again, off-again boyfriend, Ryan Poston, in self-defense. However, the truth would turn out to be very different. Ryan Poston was born in Fort Mitchell, Kentucky on the 30th of December 1982, the eldest of 4 children. The family moved around a lot during Ryan's teenage years, resulting in him attending high school in 3 different countries. He later attended Indiana University, where he triple majored in history, geography, and political science before going on to law school at Northern Kentucky University. In 2011, Ryan, then aged 28, met 19-year-old Shayna Hubers, a psychology student at the University of Kentucky and a friend of Ryan's step-cousin Clarissa Carlisle on Facebook. The two started dating soon after, but each of them had very different ideas about the relationship. Ryan entered it into thinking it was more of a rebound following a breakup of a prior long-term relationship, and according to his friends, quickly realised that the relationship with Shayna wasn't to his liking and tried to break up with her more than once. However, as his friend Tom Awadala later put it, he just wasn't able to. He was too nice. He didn't want to hurt her feelings. Shayna, on the other hand, was obsessed. According to Ryan's friend Ali Wagner, Shayna had a goal in the beginning to make him settle down with her, and when she wasn't becoming successful, that became a problem. Shayna stalked Ryan on social media and constantly bombarded him with texts, sometimes sending him from 50 to 100 of them per day. On multiple occasions, she showed up at Ryan's condo and refused to leave, with Ryan sometimes resorting to staying at his father's home to get away from her. As Ryan himself put it in a text to his cousin, "This is getting to be restraining order level crazy." In a text to Ali, he described Shayna as literally probably the craziest fucking person I have ever met. Eventually, Ryan had had enough. On the evening of the 11th of October 2012, he told his stepfather, Peter Carter, that he was ending the toxic relationship for good and already had a date lined up with Miss Ohio 2012 Audrey Bolt. Audrey later stated that her and Ryan had arranged to meet at a bar in Milford, Ohio at 9:30 p.m, but that Ryan hadn't shown up. Unbeknownst to her at the time, the reason Ryan hadn't shown up was that by 9:30 p.m, he was already dead. During the 911 call, Shayna seemed hysterical, saying that he was right in front of me, he reached down and grabbed the gun, and I grabbed it out of his hands and pulled the trigger.
He beat me and tried to carry me out of the house, and I came back in to get my things, and he was right in front of me, and he reached down and grabbed the gun, and I grabbed it out of his hand and pulled the trigger.
After being taken to the police station for questioning, Shayna's behaviour became outright bizarre. Although informed that she wouldn't be questioned until her attorney arrived, she couldn't stop talking, telling the police a different story to the one she told the 911 operator, first saying that she'd wrestled the gun off Ryan, then that she'd picked it up off the table. "I think that's when I shot him in the head," Shayna said. "I shot him probably 6 times, shot him in the head. He fell on the ground." She added, "He was twitching some more. I shot him a couple more times just to make sure he was dead because I didn't want to watch him die." She then went on to say, "I knew he was going to die or have a completely deformed face. He's very vain. One of the last conversations we had that was good was that he wants to get a nose job. I shot him right here. I gave him the nose job he wanted. I broke it." Other strange things that Shayna said while in police custody included, "I have 2 papers due on Monday that I haven't. Doesn't matter now. If you go to jail, are you allowed to keep your phone? Can you shower there, or do you just get really dirty? And I don't know if anyone will want to ever marry me if they know that I killed a boyfriend in self-defense. Not funny," which she then followed with a laugh. Her strangest behaviour, however, occurred while alone in the interrogation room. Apparently unaware of the room's camera, she began pacing, dancing around the room and singing Amazing Grace, along with saying, "I did it. Yes, I did it. I did that. I killed him. And I'm so good at acting." In the words of Police Chief Bill Birkenhauer, it was one of the strangest things when she was doing that dancing, snapping her fingers and twirling around, almost as if she was proud of it. Shayna was arrested for murder and held on a $5 million bond. She was indicted for Ryan Poston's murder on the 20th of December 2012, and on the 16th of January 2013, she entered a plea of not guilty. At the trial, Shayna's defense attorney stuck with Shayna's claims that Ryan had been abusive and that the shooting had been in self-defense. The prosecution, on the other hand, argued that the actual motive for the murder was that Ryan wanted to permanently end the relationship, and presented evidence including text messages that showed Shayna's obsession with Ryan and general mindset. One of the texts, which was sent to Shayna's friend Christy Euler prior to Shayna and Ryan visiting a shooting range a few weeks before the murder, was as follows: "When I go to the shooting range with Ryan tonight, I want to turn around and shoot and kill him and play like it's an accident." During the trial, Christy said that she wished she'd paid more attention to the alarming text message. Other people to testify for the prosecution included Clarissa Carlisle, who stated that Ryan was trying to avoid conflict with Shayna, and Ryan's stepfather, who testified that Ryan had told him that he was afraid to tell Shayna about his upcoming date with Audrey. However, the most damning testimony was from Shayna's cellmate at Campbell County Jail, Cecily Miller. Miller testified that Shayna had bragged about killing her boyfriend and laughed about shooting him in the face and giving him the nose job he always wanted. Miller also stated that Shayna had told her that she was going to plead insanity, but she was too smart because she has the IQ of Einstein. So she was going to plead battered wife syndrome instead. During the trial, it was also revealed that Shayna hadn't made the 911 call until 10 to 15 minutes after shooting Ryan, and had phoned her mother before doing so, which her mother claimed was because her daughter was scared and in shock, and stated that she'd advised her to call 911 and explain the situation. On the 23rd of April, after 5 hours of deliberation, the jury found Shayna Hubers guilty of the murder of Ryan Poston and went on to recommend that she receive a 40-year sentence. In response, Shayna's attorneys tried to argue for a new trial, claiming that they weren't allowed to present evidence and witnesses that would have shown that Shayna killed Ryan in self-defense. The presiding judge, Fred A. Stein, sided with the jury and sentenced Shayna to 40 years, stating that he'd considered sentencing her to longer and that he didn't believe the claims of domestic violence, describing the murder as probably as cold-blooded an act as I've been associated with in the criminal justice system. He also agreed with the assessment of a psychologist involved in the case, who had described Shayna as being a narcissist. Shayna appealed her conviction, which in August 2016 was overturned due to one of the jurors at her trial having concealed a felony conviction. A retrial was scheduled to begin on the 18th of September 2017, but was delayed first until the 16th of January 2018, and then another 6 months after Shayna's new out-of-state attorney requested more time to prepare. The second trial finally began on the 8th of August 2018. Once again, the defense built a case around the claim that Ryan had been abusive. Unlike the first trial, Shayna took the stand in her own defense and once again engaged in strange and inappropriate behaviour, giving lurid details of her sexual relationship with Ryan. On the 20th of August 2018, the new jury found Shayna guilty, again after 5 hours of deliberation. This time she was sentenced to life imprisonment with parole eligibility after 20 years. Shayna is currently incarcerated at the Kentucky Correctional Institute for Women. She will be eligible for being considered for parole in 2032. That was the case of Ryan Poston, and unfortunately for him, his very mentally deranged ex-girlfriend, Shayna Hubers. I think it's very clear to see that Shayna suffers from some quite severe mental issues that led her to do what she did, but she was well aware of what she was doing and seemed to enjoy the whole process. And it's just an awful shame that Ryan had to be on the receiving end of her unhinged behaviour. Thank you for watching, and if you enjoy my videos, please consider subscribing to my channel. It will be very appreciated and will help me out a lot. I do post new videos every Monday, and I am considering uploading twice a week soon if I am able to. But until I see you again, please be safe, be well, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.